What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about anxiety and insomnia symptoms. Go ahead and smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know if this is something that you struggle with. Man, oh man. This is one of the biggest things, especially in the first half of my anxiety days. Getting to sleep, staying to sleep, having, 2 or 3 basically sleepless nights until I crashed. Made my anxiety worse. It was this vicious cycle all on its own. So if you're dealing with that, know that you're not alone. Share your story in the comments down below, and let's relate with each other. Okay? Remember, guys, this is day 2 of the Elite Anxiety Bootcamp launch, guys. Be a part of this course. It's 67% off. Only 6 days left to get this. It's my blueprint, step by step, on how I overcame anxiety. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I wanted everybody to be able to grab that. So 67% off, that's a deal of a lifetime. So I want to talk about anxiety and insomnia. And for those of you that don't have like straight up insomnia issues, if you just struggle with sleep, you're going to get a ton of value out of this. And at least you're going to be able to relate with me. So I had anxiety really, really bad, obviously. You've seen my videos. I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of different sensations and symptoms and fears and triggers and all that stuff put together. So I'm dealing with panic attacks all day. And whenever you have panic attacks, your heart rate, your blood pressure is up, it's elevated. When you're not having panic attacks, a lot of times you can still have elevated numbers, right? Elevated vitals. And that was my case. So when your heart is pumping fast, when your blood pressure is high, when you're having tremors or you're trembling or you're twitching and all this stuff, it's hard to fall asleep with all that. Not to mention if you have panic attacks, it's impossible to fall asleep until you've calmed down, and even after you're not panicking, your vitals are so elevated from that. So all that combined meant a lot of sleepless nights. So it's a vicious cycle. I would try to go to sleep, right? And I know a lot of you are trying to go to sleep. A lot of you are laying down, you're feeling everything in your body, and that's due to sensitivity and hyper-awareness. And especially if you have health anxiety, you're in tune with everything. You're feeling everything in your freaking body. So the nighttime was horrible for me, so I'm trying to get still, trying to go to sleep, but that just makes me feel everything even more. And I think that's what a lot of you are dealing with, just dealing with being super sensitive, being hyper-aware to every sensation or symptom happening in your body. So I'd feel everything, tenfold at night. And you got to think about it. At night, you're more alone, right, than you already feel with your anxiety. I felt isolated all the time, but at night, it's like I didn't have anybody really to call. I would try to make phone calls, and people wouldn't answer. The people that you love are usually able to sleep, right? So you feel even more alone. You can't even find anything good on TV to watch. There's no traffic. There's not as many noises. There's an element of negativity that just seems to come with darkness in general. You're not at your job. You're not having conversations. You're not doing any of those things, so you're not as distracted. And think about it, during the middle of the day, for most of us, our symptoms usually tend to be at their least if we're busy and doing something. So at night, obviously, that's just, paints the picture for a horrible time. So after this happened for a while with me, I started to just develop this association, which means now it's just like on autopilot. At this time of the day, automatically my anxiety heightens, even if it's a good day. And that's where it gets really, really tough. Because you get so used to just being scared and being in fear and having symptoms at night that it just seems to become basically a part of your life. And then you have to break the association, and breaking associations is very, very hard. But I'm going to give you some advice on that real quick. Something that seemed to work for me, and this will be really valuable if you can apply this. I had to stop worrying about whether or not I was going to get sleep during the day, because I was just setting my evening up for failure. So all day I'd be thinking like, man, I hope tonight's better. I hope tonight's better. Well, anxiety is going to always do the opposite of what you want it to do. So if you're wanting anxiety not to show up in the evening, it's going to show up in the evening. So I had to start basically daring my anxiety to show up at night. Come on, I hope tonight it flares up. I hope it gets bad. Bring it on. I hope my symptoms get bad so I can start working on them. So once you start to bring that attitude, it can start to break down these associations. And it's not just with sleep. It can be anything that you developed an association with, a negative association or a fearful association with, like driving, right? Whatever triggers you, right? You can take the same approach. I hope my anxiety shows up during that time. I hope it happens. Bring it on. I'm ready. Please, I actually need it to get intense so I can defeat it. That has to be the attitude that you bring. Also, another way of approaching this is I'm going to save the fear for the moment. It's not nighttime. I am able to be distracted right now. I am around family, so I'll worry about it when nighttime gets here instead of worrying about it all day leading up to nighttime, right? So this way you're not a loaded gun when 7, 8 p.m. rolls around, right? So I think these 2 tips could be game changers for a lot of you going through this. I mean, I can spend all day sitting here talking about don't look at your bright screens, don't eat dinner too late, don't exercise right before bed, take a cold shower. There's tons and tons of things that I can tell you. In fact, I just came out with a detailed scheduled routine. It's a downloadable that's actually included in the course. There's a whole module on a daily routine. You need a daily routine to set yourself up for success in the evening time. If your morning isn't right, if your afternoon ain't right, don't expect to get sleep, right? So a lot of you need that structure. A lot of you need a routine. So what I'm going to do is, encourage you guys to just, again, take advantage of that elite boot camp, anxiety boot camp, because there's a whole module just on routine. I go into detail. I give you timestamps, when to do this, what time to do this. And I think it's very, very valuable. But guys, I love you all. Hopefully those 2 tips will help get you started. I think, honestly, that's the meat and potatoes of getting through associations. It's the anticipatory anxiety that we end up developing. It kicks us in the butt just about every time. So if you're dealing with anxiety-related insomnia, my heart goes out to you. I know it's a struggle. You're not alone. You need a daily routine. You need structure. In fact, I'm going to link a video at the end of this, my best nightly routine for anxiety-related insomnia. So check that out, okay? Check that out. But I love you guys. Remember, if you're new here, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you get updates when I put these videos out. Again, the description's full of resources. Leave me a comment if you struggle with this, and like the video if you got value. But I love you all, and I'll talk to you again soon.